Well, my guy is surprisingly, like, okay. Yeah, I didn't even take any damage in that crash. My guy is quite the brute. Oh, look at him! Running down the hallway after me. I really wish I didn't use the shotgun. Oh, we beat him! We barely beat him. Oh my god, that was pretty funny, the way he was running down at us. I really like that. I think it was 6 that I lost complete interest in Resident Evil. I did enjoy 5. Played it through twice, but 6 wasn't nowhere near as good in my opinion. Yeah. I liked 5 when it first came out. It didn't hold up to my expectations. 5 is a game though where the more I play it, the more and more I dislike it. Like I have grown to really dislike 5. I think it's really fun from a gameplay design, especially with 2 people. I think it's a really, really, really fun multiplayer experience. Me and my pal Balluno have played through the game a number of times together. Maybe even more than, like, maybe even close to 10 times we've played through the multiplayer together. We've played through it a lot. But go away, Avast. I don't care about your nonsense. But plot-wise, I think that's the first game where it, like, first game in the main series, I should say, because Resident Evil has always had countless horrible games, like Resident Evil Gaiden. That one is pretty bad. The Game Boy one. Resident Evil Survivor. That one is pretty bad, and that was a PlayStation 1 release. I like the Outbreak series, though. I do like Outbreak. Even though I don't think it's all that good, I do like Outbreak. But yeah, I'm not a fan of Resident Evil 5's story. Because the big thing that makes me the most angry about it is that Wesker was this huge, great villain. And the thing that I love the most about him is, overall, through the previous games, he'd been building up all these assets that were making him bigger and stronger and more powerful. Like, and not just, like, physically, but, like, in his, like, empire that he was building. And then in 5... he just did not care about any of that at all. He just ignored it. Everything he'd done previously was not relevant. And he had this new weird plan about infesting the whole world with Ouroboros, which is something we'd never heard about before. Like, Wesker is my main big complaint about that game, number 1, because they shouldn't have killed him off. He died in the most ridiculous, stupid way. The whole volcano fight, so over the top. And I love over the top. I just want over the top where it should be, you know? And the Resident Evil series was always a bit ridiculous and over the top. But for all the drama, I mean, for all the ridiculousness it had, it also had, like, an equal amount of seriousness. At least that's what I love about the series. Like, a lot of the deaths and characters in the series are pretty dramatic. Barry Burton is one of my favorite characters of all time, and he's unbelievably silly and ridiculous and, like, wacky and stupid in some regards. But he also does have a very compelling story. He's a family man whose family... whose, like, wife and daughter are being held by Umbrella, and he's being forced to do all these horrible things. That's the man who said you'd fit nicely into a sandwich, or you were almost a Jill sandwich, depending on which game you play. Like, it's that character has this deep story behind him. Like, I am a huge fan of the classic Resident Evil games. I'm a huge fan of 1 through 4. That's what I should say. So I can seriously, like, rant about the current state of the Resident Evil series for a long time. I haven't played 6. I purposely chose to avoid that game. Heard it was really bad. I am a little bit interested in playing Revelations 2. I heard Revelations was okay. I don't think I would like it based off of what I like about the original games. and what the series has become. I do like that Hunters came back, though. That's one thing I want to say really quick as well. One of the things that I hate about the new games, especially with the Lost Plagas and stuff like that, was that the T-Virus used to be a virus. It was a biological weapon that was realistic. It basically enhanced creatures. It turned lizards into giant destructive lizards. A snake, a poisonous viper, wasn't changed into this weird monster. It was turned into a giant snake, which is cool and scary. But then they turned it into, like, oh, this fish in Resident Evil 6 now is this giant monster fish with, like, jaws and all these, like, tentacles and blood and stuff coming off of him. Just so stupid. To me, a giant shark, like in Resident Evil 1, is much more powerful than this giant, like, abomination of a fish that was in Resident Evil 6. But yeah. I am a little bit interested in playing, Revelations 2 for the worst reason, and that's entirely because they're bringing Barry Burton back. I'm a little bit interested in that. And the plot is basically taken as well, because his daughter was kidnapped, from what I read. Maybe even his wife as well, I'm not sure. Ah! Nemesis! Don't infest me with your annoying virus. It's nice that the guns make a little beep beep sound when they run out of ammo. That's actually pretty freaking cool. Oh no, Nemesis again! Get out of here! Okay, cool. Killed him without much of any problems. Got another one to deal with. The one surprised me if another one is indeed behind us, so that's cool. Actually, there isn't any. That makes me happy. Happy as a clam. Happy as a clam sitting in a damn fee-fi filly fo-fi fam. Or something. So we're super low in health. Probably shouldn't have dropped down there. We did get a lot of cells, though. That's pretty cool. Didn't really get any health. But you know what, in first-person shooters, I always like to make the connection, especially survival horror shooters, that, honestly, in some regards, ammo equals health. Because if you have extra ammo, that's gonna prevent you from taking damage. In most case scenarios. So, you shouldn't need to worry about too much about health, as long as you have a large supply of ammo. That is a weird looking trash can. Really weird. Ooh, a computer! Die, computer! Sucks to be you, bro! Can we... Yeah, we could even move the cans. Does that say booty? Oh my god. I like how it's like the Cammy outfit from Street Fighter, but with like a weird animal head on top. Like, what is she wearing on her head? That is so weird. I know, the crash was freaking awesome. Proton John makes a lot of Wesker jokes, like in his Hatoko boyfriend cookie stream. Hatoko boyfriend cookie stream? What's the cookies for? Was he just eating cookies or playing Cookie Clicker? Because that sounds pretty freaking amazing. See you in a bit, hey wife? Since you're saying B. I know, the boulder punching is like the worst. I love the boulder punching, I'm not gonna deny. But it's also the worst. Like that whole part of Resident Evil 5 is when the series basically like initiated its path of no return. They're like, oh, okay, so we're just gonna make this unbelievably silly now. And make no sense. Not only can, Sheva and Chris survive being in a volcano, but, like, inches away from lava and having, like, no problem whatsoever. But, Chris can now also punch rocks. Like, giant, huge boulders, like, twice his size. He can push away rocks. Oh, hello. I actually did not notice that demons were being, like, brought into this area. Is that really all you got? He was being all like, destroy him, but he only sends one dude after me. That was surprisingly silly. Ah! Nemesis! Get away! This is really making me want to play Resident Evil 3. I want Resident Evil 3 and Resident Evil 2 to be ported to Steam. Because those, I would have to imagine, would work without any problems. And I would play those games all the time. I actually literally used to be addicted to the Resident Evil games. When I was like 14 through probably like 16, those were pretty much the only games I ever played. And I played them like all day, every day, whenever I got home from school. I used to be the biggest Resident Evil nerd in all the land. Oh, oh God! I didn't know there was an opening. I thought there was glass.
Warning. Automated turret guns online.
No! Wait. Maybe they're on my side? Since there was the warning, I would have to imagine not. Cookie is a mechanic in Backloggery that randomly chooses game for your from your library. Really? So basically it's a way to randomly decide what game you're playing for the stream? I guess? I don't know. That's interesting. It came up as a choice. He made fun of it. Blame Liu Chajin for giving it to him. Ouroboros is mine. I'm Wesker. Ah! He also had like the world's worst way of talking too. Like the... Okay. Oh wait! Automated defense turret might not hate me. I thought it hated me for a sec. Ow! 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 Okay, it hates me. Can we shoot it? Is that hitting it? I'm not sure. I should, if I'm good, do this. If I'm good, do it like this. I should probably use the pistol. So let's do that. Or rocket launcher. Could only use like one rocket. Die, you fool! Well, this might take a while, so it's a good time as any to double check the chat. Alright, good night, Aurelio. Thank you for coming out and chilling with all of us for the stream. And I will actually say a special thank you to you and anyone else who have this issue. Because I do understand that since our time difference is so different, it's really, really hard to make it out for the streams, oftentimes. So I appreciate you staying up so late to chill. I don't think that's hitting it. Yep. Or if it wasn't really doing anything. You know what? Fine. How about the rocket launcher? What? Did the rocket even hit it? It looks like the rocket didn't even hit it. Open! Oh, good lord. Can we walk through this? I don't know if we even can. Looks like that might be like a barrier or something. He loved that way of talking for how bad it was. Yeah! Yeah, it's pretty silly time with Wesker and Resident Evil 5. Whoop. Like, what? Let me actually say this. I don't know if any of you are familiar with Codex Veronica, but, Codex Veronica had, like, one of the greatest cliffhangers, for Wesker, because what happened was, the boyfriend of Claire in that game, basically, Wesker, if I remember correctly, ended up saying, like, I have him, and he's, like, still alive and okay and stuff like that. So Wesker was probably gonna, like, do tests on him or something like that. And then that just never came up again. Wesker just died, and that was the end of him. That was the end of the story with her boyfriend. I don't know if that's gonna end up coming up later. They did bring back Sherry. I also always thought it would be really cool if Sherry turned out to be a villain. I thought that was gonna be amazing. Because what happened at the end of 2, if I remember correctly, Resident Evil 2, is that the government ended up taking Sherry, and, because Claire left to go save her brother, so Leon had Sherry, and then the government grabbed like Leon and Sherry, and basically they were like holding her hostage and basically interrogating her. And so Sherry, there's actually this photo with Sherry where she's being like, they're gonna come for me, they're going to save me, I know they are. And the sad thing is, no one was coming for her, because as things turned out in Resident Evil 4, the government made Leon an offer to become one of their agents, and he took that rather than, like, saving Sherry. And meanwhile, Claire is, out saving her brother. So, I thought it was gonna be really interesting if Claire was actually going to, Sherry was actually gonna build up this big old grudge about that, and after Wesker was gone, maybe Sherry was gonna become the new villain. I don't know. I thought they could have done really cool stuff with that, but apparently they didn't think of that themselves. But I don't know. Maybe, who knows? Maybe a lot of people would be like, oh, that's a bad idea. That's a silly, silly thing. Because really, she was just a little girl, so it is kind of like a little girl becoming a villain. Die! Oh my god, we're dead. Gosh darn it. I think I saved with the turret. Please tell me I did. Maybe we just can't kill that thing, to be completely honest. I don't know. I have work during stream time. I have an hour and a half left to work. Oh, man. I'm so sorry, Aurelio. Aurelio, Red Burning Dragon. Work is a jerk. Where? Oh, I'm here again. Okay. Work is a jerk, so why don't we all just twerk? That's my good old saying. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna die. Oh. Ah! Died before I even realized it. Okay. Well, this might be a little bit of a struggle. I imagine then we just need to kill this thing? Bum rush it! Bum rush it! Oh. I wanted to see if we could get under it and maybe it wouldn't be able to shoot us from underneath. I don't know. I don't know. Well, we shot it with like 5 rocket launcher shots, so honestly, I don't really have any idea what to do here. Oh god. Die!
Automated turret guns online.
Die! Okay. Well, it doesn't really appear to be helpful at all. The shots are definitely hitting it. Because I could tell that they stop, like, right when they come in contact with it. What about the rocket launcher, then? Maybe only the rocket launcher can destroy it, and maybe I just missed before? Oh, good lord. Segments like this in games are annoying. Okay. Shot it directly once. Shot it directly twice. And now I think we just shoot it a bunch of times. Punch it? Yeah, that would be pretty good. That would be pretty good. Die! Well, that time we, like, a couple of those did just straight up miss, so that's a little bit unfortunate. I don't think that's what we need to do. There's not anywhere to go in this room, so I think this room is pretty much irrelevant. Yeah. Can you hit me from here? No, it can't. Okay. I imagine we need to get into this room somehow then. So what I want to do, come to life, try walking through that thing, because we jumped over it last time, right? So maybe they'll actually do something different. I don't know. I don't know. It must be resistant to bubblegum. That's true, we do just shoot... this isn't really a plasma gun, it just shoots like big old balls of bubblegum at people, so... Really not the best weapon, everything considered, but you know, we gotta deal with what we've got, you know. Yeah, so we can't go in through there.
Warning. Automated turret guns.
Only place I would imagine I could go, otherwise, is straight through that doorway. But clearly that's not the smart place to go. Ow!
Warning. Automated turret guns
Okay.
online.
Oh no! The guy ran through there! There's an opening there! Oh, I'm such a fool. How could I forget that? That was ridiculous. Okay, now we let the turret kill then. Kill them, turret. Say, you dealt me so much pain and suffering, at least, like, pay me back a little bit. Scan PDA. Oh, no. That was probably a bad idea, but you know what? That's okay. Yeah, in hindsight, I gotta say that actually was very, very, very dumb of me. Pull a Redfield and pull a Redfield and football! Oh no! You guys are laughing at me and facepalming. It really does make so much sense.
Attention.
I was a complete and utter fool. Thank you, Monsieur Turret, for not being a big old douche about things. You get to die, my friend. Goodbye! So soon! And isn't it a crime? Awesome! More progresso! Die, demons, die! You fools of damnation and hellspawn! Let you be no more! So, unfortunately, I've got a lot of recording to do today, and the game does not seem to be ending anytime soon. So, I think we're gonna have another episode of Doom 3 next Satanic Saturdays, and we didn't quite go the full hour, full 2 hours, but we practically did, you know. 10 minutes early, and I think this is a good spot to cut it off, seeing as we just went to a brand new area. So anyways, as always, thank you all for joining me in the stream. It was I had a really good fun. I had a really fun time with this stream. Nice seeing some new people to the actual stream. Which is always fun and exciting for sure. Oh no! I'm so sorry, Kyle! I'm so sorry! Got here right when I'm cutting it off. I am... I'm very sorry, my poor sir. But I think it would be good to give my voice a rest. So anyways, anyone who is watching the VODs on YouTube, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like, a comment, and or subscribing if you have not. I am the EggScrambledGamer, and I will see you all in the next video. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.